If you're looking for a quick and easy appetizer for a potluck, just a family get together, or sitting around and watching a movie, you come to the right place, because I've got some really delicious appetizers for you. And this video is a part of a Christmas appetizer collab, and it's hosted by two of the sweetest people on YouTube, Valerie and it's co-hosted by Sammi May. Make sure you check out their channels. I'll have them listed below. They have wonderful channels and really easy and delicious recipes. And I'll also have the playlist so you can watch all the other creators in this collab and get some more easy and delicious Christmas appetizers. So I'll have everything listed below in the description box, so I'll turn you around and show you what I made. Y'all, this one is, I think, the most addicting, and it's only 3 ingredients. It's bacon, Lil Smokies, and brown sugar. And this is gonna fly off your appetizer tray. Only 3 ingredients, but it's so delicious, addicting. It is just sweet and savory and everything good wrapped in one. So I am going to take some bacon and cut it and wrap it around the Lil Smokies. I cut the strips of bacon into thirds, and on this recipe I read 2 things. They said to wrap them and leave them in the refrigerator overnight, and to dip the bacon into brown sugar before I do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the strips of bacon and kind of press them into the brown sugar. All right, I'm going to take my bacon and I'm going to wrap my little smoky around it. And you could also use a toothpick. Just wrap them around and then just lay them on your tray. And that's it. You can either bake them right now, or you could also leave them in the fridge overnight and bake them then. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay them on my tray. I'm going to try it overnight. I've tried it the regular way and they're amazing and addictive, but I'm going to go ahead and leave them overnight, and then we'll come back and make them the next day. Transfer these to a foil-lined baking sheet. That way I don't have a lot of mess to clean up. And also I can sprinkle these with some more brown sugar, and I won't have to clean up a sticky mess that's going to be here. So you could also put some spices on there. I've seen people use barbecue seasonings. I've seen people use hot honey, maple syrup, whatever you have on hand. All these recipes are really customizable to your taste. You can put some cayenne pepper over the top. But these are going to go in an oven on 325 degrees for about 45 minutes. Could be an hour, just till you get the bacon crispy. This next one is really easy too. These are these Ritz cracker sandwiches, and you can make them in any combination. I'm using ham and I'm using Swiss cheese, but you could use pepperoni and some mozzarella cheese. I think that would be good too. You could use salami and some cheddar or some Monterey Jack. That sounds good too. But I'm going to cut up some ham into small pieces that will fit on my cracker. I'll cut up the cheese. I have got a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of butter melted. I'm going to add in some garlic, poppy seeds, spicy brown mustard or Dijon mustard if you have it, and some Worcestershire sauce. All right, to that melted butter, I'm adding in the Dijon mustard, or I'm using the spicy mustard. Just going to mix that up really well. I'm also going to add a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Get that all mixed in. And I'm also going to add in some garlic powder. I will have the recipe linked below, but I'm just going to measure with my heart on that because I really like that. The garlicky flavor in here. And it's already smelling good, and I hadn't even got anything in the oven yet. All right, just put the tops on. That's all we got. I am not making a whole lot because I don't want to have these things on hand because, like I said with the other ones, we are just a couple of us here this week, and I don't want to have to eat all this food by myself. All right, we've got our lids on. So now we're going to take that butter mixture and just put it all over the crackers, y'all. This smells so good. And when actual Christmas comes around, I am making a big old plate of this, or a big old pan of this, because it is so good. Trust me, y'all are going to love this one. And like I said, you can use any kind of meat and any kind of cheese. And I'm going to do some pepperoni and mozzarella the next time And I'm also going to put in some salami because I love salami at the holidays. And that's it. That's all you got to do. We are going to put some poppy seeds on the top. And we're going to put them in the oven at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes. Y'all, how good do these look? I cannot wait to eat these. These are so good. And you can't tell after they've been baked that it's a Ritz cracker. It just makes it just gives it a different texture and a different flavor. And these are delicious. You have got to make this one. It may sound simple, but most of the time, the simple ones are the most delicious. And these are really delicious. All right, y'all, for this one, we're going to do more Lil Smokies. And I've never did this recipe before, but I'm excited to try it. I've got some crescent roll dough. And I've got some everything bagel seasoning. I've got the regular kind, the jalapeno kind, and the Asiago cheese. So I'm going to try all three different kinds. You can also leave them plain, but I'm going to cut these crescent rolls up and wrap them in the Lil Smokies and put some of this bagel seasoning on there. I know it's going to be delicious. All right, we're going to cut them into strips. You don't have to be perfect. And then we're just going to roll the cocktail Smokies in the crescent roll dough. All right, we've got them done. I melted some butter, and I'm going to put the butter on top of all of them. And then we're going to put the bagel seasoning on there. Okay, I'm going to use a combination. The jalapeno. I'm going to use some of the just plain everything bagel seasoning on top. I cannot wait for this one too. Just the simplest things are just the best. And here is the Asiago cheese. And I'm going to put that on these. And then we're just going to pop them in the oven at about 350, 375. Just depends on your oven until the crescent rolls get golden brown. And it's going to be delicious. And I'm going to put some more butter over the top to make it even better. So good. I hope you make this. Even though it's just a simple little recipe, these are gonna fly off the table at your next potluck, Christmas get-together. Even some Parmesan cheese, I bet, on top. That would be good too. There's so many different ways you can make this. So many ways you can customize all these recipes. I've got some mustard in here. You could use Dijon. You could use honey mustard. I've got some spicy brown mustard. Y'all, try this. You could also put it on a pan or like a Christmas tray like this. This is a Christmas tree, and you could just make it into the shape of a Christmas tree and put that in the middle and do that. But these are so good. Don't sleep on these. Make them for your next party. I'm going to make some little Christmas trees out of this block of cheese. So I am going to try and hopefully get it on the first try. But I'm going to just take a corner of it. And I'm going to cut these in half so they're not very thick. So you can make 2 Christmas trees out of this. So I'm just going to take the corners, and you might have to shape it a little bit, but I'll get you in the corner. But then I'm just going to cut it in half. I'm going to do this to the whole block of cheese until we have some Christmas tree shapes. All right, I added some pecans. I'm going to chop them up. I'll give you the exact recipe, but I'm just using what I had left over. And I'm also going to add in these sweetened cranberries and candied pecans because I have that on hand. And you got to add cranberries to this recipe anyway, the dried one. So I'm going to use some of these. Also, I'm going to chop some parsley. It says you could use rosemary or thyme. I just like a more neutral green in there. You get all that color without having a lot of a strong flavor. I'm going to chop that, and I'm also going to add in some salt. It said flaky sea salt, but I am just going to put in salt to taste, and that's all it said was salt to taste. Press it down into the nut mixture, and it said you don't want to cover the whole thing. You want to see some of the white. I'm just going to press that down till I get all of them covered with the nut and cranberry mixture. And I like the little bite size where you just have a couple bites. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my pretzel sticks and I'm going to put them in the bottom. And that's not all. We're going to Put some honey over the top. I'm using some hot honey. Drizzle that over the top, and that will make it over the top, y'all. Look at that. So delicious. These are so good, y'all. These are so addicting. These things are amazing. Inexpensive, just a little hot dog and a crescent roll with some mustard, and they fly off the table. And these little Christmas trees could not be any easier and so delicious. With that honey on there, the hot honey, it just made it so much more delicious and craveable. Thank you, Valerie and Sammi, for hosting. I cannot wait to watch everybody's videos and get some more great recipes for some Christmas appetizers. So I'll have their channels linked down below. I will have all the recipes linked down below. I hope y'all have a wonderful Christmas and holiday season, and I'll see y'all in the next video.